How long does eating disorder recovery take? I'm going to give you guys my perspective and opinion on how long it took me, but I do want to kind of emphasize this before I even talk about that. I have a guide, an eating disorder recovery guide, PDF. I'm working on revamping it and kind of like there's some things that I've changed my opinion on and my thoughts. I'll let you guys know when I finally release that guide. But with that being said, how to explain this? The number one principle, the very first or second principle in that book that I wrote is you have to allow recovery to take for as long as it needs to take, whether it be 2 months, whether it be 2 years, whether it be 3 years, whatever. Your body is going through trauma. Your body it doesn't trust you. Your body has been hurt. It is damaged. Your body doesn't know what hunger is. It doesn't know. It's just everything is so miscombobulated because you've forced your body to do things that are just not in its nature. So it's going to take time. But the good thing is your body is so smart, your body's intelligent, your body is literally your best friend and it always has your back. It doesn't do these things, it doesn't gain weight, binge eat, all that just because it hates you. Your body truly has your back. And the more that you're able to know that your body is your best friend, your body is your vessel to navigate through life, and the more you approach your body as if it was your child instead of something that you hate, you're going to find that your recovery is going to speed up and you're going to be a little bit more empathetic with all of the things that are going on in regard to your recovery. Yes, it sucks. It sucks to gain weight. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It does suck to gain weight. It does suck to get comments from people saying like, why are you gaining weight? You know, it sucks when you go to the freaking doctor and they're telling you like, hey, you need to lose weight, blah, 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 blah. And you get on the scale and then you're triggered because you gained 10 pounds in a weekend. It sucks. But I'm telling you, this is not just for shits and giggles. Your body is doing this for a reason. It's trying to reach homeostasis. It's trying to get back to normal. It's trying to make sure that you can function at the most optimal way that you can to help you. Your body is truly helping you, and your body, again, is smart and it's intelligent. It sucks, but it's part of the process, and you have to allow the suckiness to kind of exist as you still are dead center looking at your ideal vision and your end goal and what you want. So with that being said, me personally, once I let go of all the dieting, all the recovery books, I let go of restriction, I let go of all the over exercising and doing exercises that I hate. Once I was able to let go of all of that and just started living my life, I started getting fully immersed in my acting career. I started reading books about, personal development, fiction. I started, just going to dance classes. I started dance classes, and I worked on I just worked on myself, really. I lived my life and let go of my eating disorder past. I would say on average, it took me about 2 to 2.5 years of full recovery. And when I say that, I got to a point where I got my hunger cues back, where I was able to, eat when I'm hungry, stop when I'm full, and I was satisfied. And I stopped overthinking that. When my skin cleared up, when my body stayed at a normal set point weight, when my bowel movements were good, TMI, when my periods were regular. And it didn't just, one day to the next, I'm like, I am recovered now. Like, it took some time. And then I realized one day, like, just this time last year, I was crying myself to sleep because I couldn't stop binge eating or something like that. But it did take 2.5 years on average. That's what I hear that the answer is after you decide to recover. I know that's not the answer that you want to hear, but I'm telling you, 2 to 2.5 years flies by so fast. And it makes you so much stronger mentally, physically, emotionally. It makes you stronger. I know, guys, it sucks. I know it sucks to hear that answer. I know you want me to say like 2 months, 3 months, etc. So it takes about 2.5 years for my body to fully recover. I will say because this was my second time when I relapsed from my eating disorder. My very first time when I relapsed, before I relapsed, my first relapse, I would say, I think within like the mindset aspect of it took about 3 months for me to kind of like realize like, oh, I haven't, you know, craved sugar in a minute, or I haven't overate in a minute. And that was because the first time I tried to recover, I was already kind of recovered, like physically, but mentally I was still focusing on the problem. Like, why wasn't I losing weight with recovery? This, that, the other. So that the mental aspect the first time took about 3 months, if I'm being very honest with you. But then when I relapsed the second time with my eating disorder, that took about like 2 to 2.5 years. And I'll probably talk a little bit more in detail as to what happened with my second relapse, and how I fell into the manifesting, wanting to lose weight, my ideal body trap, and why that is, it's a whole thing. But again, this is going to take as long as it needs to take. You need to approach your recovery with that mindset. It's going to take as long as it's going to take. And it's worth it. And the more you embrace that, the more that you are actually going to recover, and it's going to happen a little bit quicker for you. But I don't want to set a timeline, because every body is different. It also depends on how long you've been in eating, you've had an eating disorder, how long you've, your lifestyle, and the triggers that you face on a day-to-day basis. But it is, you have to approach it with, it takes as long as it's going to take, and embrace it. I hope this helps, and let me know what you guys think.